Good morning. It's Sunday the 30th of April 2023 and this is another book review. This is The Good News Man, written by Alan Graham, and I don't read an awful lot anymore. I simply don't have time. So whenever I do open the pages of a book, I want to be inspired, I want to be uplifted, I want to go away with something, I want to hear good news. And this is a good news story. This is Alan Graham and Dorothy Graham's story. Alan Graham was born on the Shankill Road and grew up on the Shankill Road, and I have met him a couple of times and I've listened to his testimony, and you know, I can tell you he's worth listening to. So many preachers aren't worth listening to, but this man is, because he has walked the walk. His story reads like something out of the Bible. It's reminds me of St. Paul and his transformation journey on that Damascus road. I'm going to read you, I mean, why reinvent the wheel? But so I'm going to read you what it says about this book on Amazon, and I'm going to knock myself off here. At least I'm going to try and knock myself off. What does it say in the second paragraph there? And there's the book. No one could have guessed the story that was about to be written when Alan Graham surrendered his life to Jesus on June 3rd, 1980. At 27 years of age, he had no hope, no purpose, and no life. His marriage was in disarray, and his alcohol-saturated world was spiralling out of control. But that day everything changed. So began an adventure of faith and service, as Alan quickly discovered his life was meant for something more glorious than serving himself. From a surrendered heart, he committed his life to serve the one who saved him, carrying his good news to anyone who would listen. So he starts off in Belfast. He works in shorts. I don't mean literally in shorts. Shorts down at the shipyard. And he gets involved in alcohol and betting and all sorts of stuff that wasn't good. And he meets his wife from Liverpool. And due to the alcohol and all the rest of it, the marriage is on the rocks, and things are bad. And but things changed, and as I say, he had a transformation journey, and he becomes a Christian, and his life is turned around, and it's just a remarkable journey. So I'm not going to tell you about it, except to say that he went to Donegal under the auspices of Child Evangelism Fellowship and worked there for quite a number of years, and went round all the schools and spoke about Jesus in all the schools, and established holiday camps for youngsters and good news clubs right throughout Donegal. It was amazing, the barriers that came down. And then after about, 13 years, I think it was, he felt that God was calling him to Zimbabwe in Central Africa. I mean, a wee Belfast man, and off he goes with his wife to Zimbabwe, and the book tells about his life in Zimbabwe, bringing hope to people in a hopeless situation. So I'll skip over to what it says about Zimbabwe a wee bit. And this is how you get hold of one of these books. You go to this website here, and the children's home that is established in Zimbabwe is called, what is it called? Jamba something or other. Dear, where is it? Aye, there it is. Jabulani Children's Home, and all proceeds from the books, the book sales go towards that. Books are £10, and as I say, if you want an inspiring read, you can buy them on Kindle actually for a lot cheaper. And it says here, this is the autobiography and story of Alan Graham and Jabulani Children's Home. Alan and wife Dorothy are originally from Belfast, Northern Ireland. In the year 2000, they left the comfort of their homeland with the desire to help orphaned children and abandoned babies in Harare, in Zimbabwe. Challenged by the words, "What disturbs you?" and after encountering many children with great needs and difficulties, they decided to set up Jabulani Children's Home to try and help some of the poorest and neediest. Since then, they've been seeking to partner with others who share God's heart for many broken lives in Zimbabwe, offering hope, a home, and a future to those in need. And quite apart from establishing the Jabulani Christian Home for orphaned children in Harare, Dorothy and Alan, now they live there full time, and they have 14. They took on 14 children and fostered them. What does it say here? Alan and Dorothy Graham are originally from Belfast. Oh yes, that's okay. I've read that before. And down at the bottom it says, their task can seem overwhelming at times, but they hold on to the words of Jesus. As much as you did it for the least of these, you did it for me. And that's Matthew 25 and 40. And these are some of the children in that home. Well, it's just an amazing story. And they're away back. They're away back to Zimbabwe. They were home for a couple of weeks, and they're away back. They have 2 children of their own in Northern Ireland, who are both teachers, I believe. And they're away back. You know, this guy shoots from the hip. He talks Belfast. He's down to earth. It's not some airy-fairy nonsense. And it's real. So I would encourage you to get hold of one of these books like I have, and you're in for a treat, an inspiring story